BJ Peters here from stampinbj.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I love to share some creative inspiration and some tips and tricks with you every week. And today is no different. I've got a great card for you. We're going to do some embossing on some vellum. We're going to use some alcohol markers and do some coloring and on vellum, and because it dries so quick because they're alcohol markers. So stay tuned. Let's get started.
So here's the card we're going to make. It is this gorgeous butterfly here from the Beautiful Day stamp set in the Occasions catalog. I love it, and what I found was it was so easy with the Stampin' Blends to color on the vellum. You know, before I'd been a little bit afraid of it. The color kind of washed out. You saw the lines and it didn't dry, and then it rubbed off in your hands. But with the alcohol markers, our new Stampin' Blends, you don't have any of that problem. And it's kind of just a fun card. Great birthday card. I'd love to get this one in the mail. Let me show you some tips and tricks about doing this card. I've actually gone ahead and embossed my butterfly here from that Beautiful Day stamp set. Oh, guess I didn't show you that. Here it is. Gorgeous. You've seen me use this before a number of times, and I love this stamp set. Kind of fun. Anyway, so I went ahead and I embossed this, stamped with Versamark, added my silver embossing powder, and a little tip with your embossing powders. I like to take them out of the little container and put them in a tightly covered container. I label them, add a spoon right in there, and then I can just scoop it on, and this is big enough that I can actually, you know, kind of have my card in here as I flick off the excess, and I don't get the embossing powder all over my stamping surface and have that kind of that grit. So there's a little tip for you. This Whisper White cardstock that I stamped on is 2 3/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm just gonna start coloring in this one with our new Stampin' Blends. So these are the our version of the alcohol markers. I'm using the Daffodil Delight here. This one is the dark. I felt like I wanted to kind of come in with some of the dark colors because the vellum will wash it out just a little bit. The blends, if you've been following my website, you can buy them in the combo pack. So they come as a light and a dark. There's so easy to match up because it's just light and dark of the same color. And some of the best colors, I think our color palette for our Stampin' Blends are perfect. This is the pumpkin pie, and this is the dark as well. Just gonna add that in here. You'll see in a little bit where I pulled my color palette from. I pulled it right out of the Designer Series paper that I'm going to add just a little bit of. I'm just going to add some of the Bermuda Bay, and I'm using the brush tip end for this. You have a brush tip end, the wider line, and a fine tip end. I'm just using the brush tip end. You know, and I think about using the Stampin' Blends for shading, and obviously there's no shading here, just straight up coloring, and it's so easy because they saturate the paper and they blend out so well, and I don't have those marker lines, so love it. So there's my completed image. Love that. Now let's look at the vellum. So this is Stampin' Up's vellum cardstock, and I went ahead and I embossed the image on there, and I left just a little bit of fussy cutting. When I think about fussy cutting things, our paper snips are really good for that, but I look for, you know, kind of clean edges and lines, and it's easy. And you saw me come in at using just kind of like a little triangle, and that is easy to do, and so there's not much fussy cutting to be done here, which is right up my alley. Now I'm going to actually color on the back side of this. Just reverse it and use the same color scheme as I did here. All right, there is my colored butterfly. So nice. And the best part of this is it's all dry. There is no ink that's come off on my hands. Oh, all right, let's finish this off. So I have a couple strips here of the Bubbles and Fizz Designer Series paper, which is one of the free items during celebration. And I'm going to put a little bit of that off each edge to kind of bring that color scheme together here. Then we're going to add a little bit of that green ribbon. My trick is to go around 3 times, but I'm going to use a square knot, and that works out pretty close to be perfect. Just a square knot. And there we have that
Yay! All right, I'm going to take the greeting right out of this stamp set. I'm going to use the basic gray to kind of match the silver embossing powder there. You can stamp that greeting right down on the bottom. There we go. All right, let's get that adhered down. All right, so how I did this butterfly is I used the mini glue dots, and I kind of held my butterfly kind of in half and just touched the middle of the butterfly right to the glue dot and pulled that off. And then I'm just going to put this right over the top. And so it's got that dimension, that really fun look that somebody is going to love. I'm just going to finish it off with a couple of the adhesive back sequins. These are also from the Occasions catalog, and they're the Tutti Frutti adhesive back sequins. Love them. This is just one of the colors. They come in, so they got the blue, the lemon lime twist, little yellow, and the berry burst. Perfect for this project.
Yay! Look at that, all done. Love it. Hey, thanks for stopping by today. And remember, you can purchase all of these products in my online store at stampinbj.com or click in the links of this video. Thanks again, and remember to create and feel great.